I'm driving the new BMW 6 Series GT, which replaces the 5 Series GT and also changes a number of things regarding its formula. It is lower, longer, and less MPV-like, if you will. It does stay true to the 5 GT formula though, being a, well, it's a hatchback, the car is a hatchback, but it's slightly taller. And I'm not just talking about the suspension, but the body is taller. There's more metal. If you look at it from the side, you'll notice it. And especially if you park it alongside a 5 Series, you'll really notice it. And once you're aboard, you do notice that you are sitting just that wee bit higher than in a 5 Series. Although the seat adjustment can slam your ass right on the floor if you so choose. Or thereabouts. Yeah, this is as low as it'll go. And, you know, I look cool enough, I think. Being a 30D BMW, this 6 Series GT, this particular one I'm driving, is powered by a straight 6 diesel 3-liter that puts out 265 horsepower and 620 Newton meters. It's also equipped with xDrive, so power is sent to all 4 wheels, and this cuts the sprint time compared to the rear-wheel drive only model by 1/10 of a second. So the xDrive equipped model does it in 6 seconds dead, which is a hot hatch pace really, so it's pretty brisk. Even though this is not the kind of car that you really want to drive fast. BMW says that this uses the front suspension assembly from the 7 Series and the rear suspension assembly from the 5 Series Touring. It also comes with air suspension, and the result is a phenomenally comfortable ride. Brilliant. It is easily the most comfortable BMW I've been in to date. And since its 6-cylinder engine is so impressively hushed and so creamy smooth when you rev it, you really feel like you're driving something really special and expensive, which it is, both of those things. This is definitely a car for crossing continents. 2 couples and their bags in the back, we'll get to the carrying capacity in a second, and they won't feel a 1,000 kilometer trip. The gigantic 610-liter boot rivals that of some estate cars really, and it's also a very useful shape. You can fold the rear backrests and you get a completely flat load surface, including the load lip. That's also part of the load surface. Inside the 6 GT is a really nice place to sit and be in. It still looks like a BMW inside, but its design definitely feels fresh and up to date. Materials all around the cabin are top-notch, with most places you touch being a tactile delight. It's probably one of BMW's best interiors to date. You can control the iDrive infotainment system both through using the now familiar rotary control with shortcut buttons and by prodding the screen, whichever way you fancy. The system itself is one of the best on the market, with an intuitive menu structure, enough processing power so that it hardly ever lags, and great graphics. Now, in case you're watching this video from Europe, the UK, the US, or some other non-Chinese market, you're probably looking at this car and thinking, yeah, it's nice, it looks good, but it's not really that appealing. Who is it built for? And I'll tell you right away, it's built for the Chinese buyer. It already has what the executive Chinese buyer wants, and that's a lot of legroom and space in the back. This car has recesses in the rear to increase headroom, and well, they do the job. You could wear tall hats in the rear of this car. Now, aside from being able to take the place of an estate, since it can carry so much in the back as well as 3 passengers comfortably, I also appreciate this car for one extra reason. It's not a crossover. Sure, it's a bit taller and you do feel it, but it's not tall enough so that it feels wallowy through the corners, even with its kind of soft suspension. But it's not low so that you feel like, I don't know, people in SUVs are like so much taller than you. Things I don't like about this car, well, while the styling may have been improved, it's not really perfect and it still looks, well, it looks kind of awkward. I also don't like the fact that the shifter paddles are metallic on the part that you see, but the part that you touch is plastic, and I'm not really a fan of it. I was also quite surprised by the fact that if you push this car hard into a corner, it will understeer, but it will understeer just like a front-wheel drive car would. It's very un-BMW-like. It's very safe, but it's not really what you would expect from a BMW. But then again, put it in comfort mode, maybe adaptive mode, which is the mode I kept it in for the entirety of my drive, because it's supposed to be predictive adjustment of vehicle setting for the driving situation. I mean, the retired dentist who's going to buy this car will definitely not appreciate the fact that the seat side bolsters tighten when you put the car in sport mode. I like it, but the retired dentist won't. I'm impressed by this car. I'm impressed by how comfortable it is, and I could totally see myself taking this on a very, very, very long journey. Being a diesel, it also doesn't use that much fuel, although since it's a nearly 2-ton vehicle with all-wheel drive, don't expect it to be a real fuel sipper. Taking one glance at this car, you know it's not the boy racer type of BMW. It's actually geared more towards mature buyers who just like cruising around, because it drives in a more refined fashion, it's smoother and quieter than you would expect it to. I mean, I've been in the latest 7 Series and this feels indistinguishable. Comfort-wise, fit and finish-wise. If you're looking for a corner carving type of BMW, this isn't the BMW for you. If, however, you just want to cruise around, being endlessly comfortable, changing the massage settings occasionally, it's definitely the one for you. And if you also like wearing tall hats in your BMW and don't want an SUV, this is again a great choice for you.